Okay.
Okay, I
Make
like this. This
yourself
is like a
comfortable.
charming little
Take a seat.
game. Like this.
Look what you did.
I've never really been big on playing indie games. The ones that I do normally play are the ones made by bigger indie studios, but never by an individual artist. I recently received an email by a man named Ayush Vaibhav. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, by the way. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. He asked me to try out his new game that he's been developing for 3 years, and I figured I'd give it a shot. Not gonna lie, at first I thought it was just gonna be some like shitty little indie side-scroller game or RPG Maker game, but when I actually played this and finished it, I was pleasantly surprised. I honestly think the game deserves so much more attention, and I'm hoping me making a video might open other people's perspective and make them want to download and try out the game for themselves. It's a fourth wall breaking story that tells you what's wrong with certain aspects of the gaming industry, whether that comes from the gaming companies themselves or the individual artists or developers. When reaching out to Ayush about making a video on the game, he actually told me the game was meant to be played only once, and I'm stubborn, so I actually ended up playing it twice. I made sure to do completely different choices between my first and second playthrough, and you'd be surprised about how many changes there are between the dialogues and the visuals. But that's enough of a summary. Let's actually talk about the game itself. When starting the game, we're met with this charming select screen that happens to just fall like cardboard, because it is. As we start walking forward, we start hearing two people argue.
Stop sending me those damn error messages.
Technically speaking, I'm not sending the messages. I'm just gonna answer.
Shut the fuck up.
They're arguing about a video game that they're developing and the current state that it's in. One of them uploaded the game early, when the game was nowhere near finished or completed, and the other one's just ridiculing him for his hasty decision. As we keep moving forward, the game developer says that he sent it to a couple of contacts, us being one of them.
And I've also sent the game to several of your contacts disguised as you, so...
You fucking dumbass.
Wait, am I one of those contacts that got sent
Wait.
to? Am I a contact?
Did he send that to you, but it's not him, but it's the other guy?
It's not him, but I'm you, but if he's me, then...
But if that's him and you're you and we're...
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention on this first playthrough, I did play it with my friend Ghosty. And with our combined IQ of 17, I'm sure you understand how well that went.
What do you think his name is?
So my name is the game manager.
I was thinking like Christopher.
Eventually, we make it to the building where we meet the game manager.
You think?
I know they
Dumb
did.
piece of shit.
Oh,
Okay, that's a little
Let me
much.
check it out.
Oh!
The,
Is that his peeper?
That was his bro put out his peeper. The game developer basically tells the game manager to handle it himself, since it's his fault that we're currently playing the game. The game that has 0 art assets because he actually ended up deleting the files earlier.
I'll just upload the FPS, and I know only 3 levels are completed, but that'll be enough.
Where are you going to get the assets?
From the 3D art folder.
Alright then. Would you care enough to check this 3D art folder?
Sure, it would be just right. Wait. Why is it empty?
I deleted the fucking files a week ago.
Once we approach the door, we actually finally get to meet the game manager, and I absolutely love his character. I could talk about him, but I think showing you would be more telling. Oh, hello.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the thing.
You're loud.
Wait, pathetic cube?
Out of the way, please. Okay, make yourself comfortable. Take a seat. Press S while looking at the chair.
S?
Wait, it was left mouse button actually. Pardon me.
The other-
So, for the best user experience, you will need to answer a simple survey. For no particular reason at all. When you have made up your mind, just look at the option and stare hard at it. That is, you have to press the middle mouse button.
Okay. A super realistic cinematic FPS
I
where
think the
you can
V
shoot.
button will also work fine.
Okay. A super realistic cinematic FPS where you can shoot everyone, but it also explores the horrors of war with cinematic. Can you stop pacing
Take your
back?
time. No need to rush.
He's
It's stressing me out.
it's panning down naturally. It's just panning down naturally. Cinematic storytelling where the gameplay loop is
Choose
super
whatever speaks to you on a personal
I'm
level.
just gonna choose retro.
So my name is the game manager, and what I basically do is um, um, God, oh, dude, how did you forget the stupid line? How did you forget? I'll be right back. God, you can't do anything.
You're making him nervous, Moose.
I'm sorry. Oh!
Oh my god!
No! He slipped! Come on, man!
Oh my
This poor guy. After all the banter with the beloved game manager, we actually start playing the game that he makes for us. A cute little thing that they did is actually make it to where we had to move the loading screen. Since I picked retro, it actually made it alien themed. But if you went for the other option with the long title, it would have made it war themed. I thought that was just a neat little thing and I wanted to add it in. After eventually completing the level, things just start to go downhill. In my first playthrough, I walked up to him outside of the level, and eventually some of the coding breaks because I didn't go back, and, well, the world collided on itself.
This is all your fault! Look what you did!
You move?
No, I can't. Error infinite loop. Also to note, you can trigger this by shooting him with the gun that you're given.
Why is the loading taking so long? Hey, what'd you do that for?
Also, when I shot him in my second playthrough, it actually gave me slightly different dialogues than the first one, but nothing that dramatically changes the story. Once you're banished to the Dark Abyss, you actually find the game manager there, and that's when he starts talking to you more.
The managers that actually know what they're doing never end up here in the first place, and the ones that don't do not have the skill to get out. Out of thousands, only few have ever managed to escape, and they are one of the greats. I don't even come close. You know what? I am basically doing you a favor. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't be in this stupid mess.
Sorry, man.
Well, who am I kidding? If it weren't for you, it would just be the same damn day all over again. Wake up, mess up the code to catch my game dev's attention, argue, and repeat. Oh, and by the way, I just removed semicolons from the code of his projects. Initially, I did it to convince him to finish the game, but there's no point to it anymore. Now I just do it to annoy the living hell out of him, and hey, it works pretty well. Also, it's kind of funny. I would like to think that he is to blame for everything that's happening to me, but it's not the truth. At least, not entirely. It's complicated. It's his fault he didn't warn me about the files, finish the game, or, you know, start a damned game when he isn't even going to be passionate about it. I don't know, sometimes it just feels like he's creating for others and not himself, and that's why he loses motivation. That's what happened to his other projects. And that's what's happened to this one. I just feel like he should listen to himself for once, but what do I know? I'm just the dumb little game manager.
A few things to note is that he actually kind of thanks us for doing this because he does the same thing every day and we kind of broke his loop, similar to the error code that sent us here. He also talks about the game developer and how the game developer doesn't create for himself, rather he creates to put out a product. And I think this is something a lot of game studios do. They put out what people are hyped for, kind of like the phase of when everybody was really hyped for battle royales, or when everybody wanted the next Undertale. And rather creating for themselves and making a game that they want to make, they make what they think is going to sell. And it ruins the creative process because it's not what you're passionate about. And these developers, indie or AAA, they lose themselves in the process of making a game, whether that's by the money or by the idea of making a legacy for themselves. They lose the drive to make the art they want to make. And the game manager is like a passionate friend that wants the game developer to make what he wants to make. Going onward, the game manager told us about a monster within this black abyss, and we actually end up running from it. At the time, when I first saw it, it kind of scared me a little, but in hindsight editing this, it was not scary whatsoever. Christopher, nah. Oh my god! Oh.
What the f-
Yeah, not our proudest moments, but I won't lie, it's kind of cute.
It's
looks
smiling at you.
flawless to me.
Maybe
yet
it's not me.
It's not.
Well, eventually the game developer figures out the code and gets us out of there. And at this point, this is where we first meet the game developer. And the game manager talks to him and they have a bit of a heart-to-heart.
Why were you trying to contact me?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Is something wrong?
I just wanted to say sorry for earlier.
Aww.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
You don't need
Toxic
to-
Yaoi, they're
well-
making up.
One
Toxic
way to
Yaoi.
apologize would be to finish the game.
I just can't. I don't feel connected to it anymore.
Trust me, you never felt connected to it.
That's not true.
You always do this thing, and I absolutely hate it. You jump onto a bandwagon, whatever's popular at the time, and somehow convince yourself that you've always wanted to make that. We start the work in its development, and you know when you make the actual thing and have to stick to it, your idea, it's yours for who knows how long. And then you finally realize that you never wanted to make it in the first place, and just attribute it to loss of passion. You didn't lose passion for anything, you just never had it in the first place. Please, just for your sake, make something that you actually want to make. Be yourself instead of doing what everyone's already doing. At the very least, it will make my life a hell of a lot easier.
And after that heartwarming speech, the game developer tells him what he truly wants to make.
There's no point in following trends. I'm gonna chase my own voice.
Yes!
I'm gonna make a game that I've always wanted to make.
Yes!
I'm gonna make a unique game that no one else but only I can make.
You got my point.
I finally feel inspired to make the subversive horror game that I've always wanted to make.
Yes? Wait, is it 3D?
Yeah.
Is it first person?
Yes.
Does it have hidden lore and an aesthetic based on a children's media, but is now dark and twisted?
Yes.
Okay, I think I should leave.
Wait,
Oh
where are you
my
going?
In search of someone else.
And from here on, they roll the credits. This game genuinely was so fun to play. It only takes up like 40 minutes to an hour of your day, and it's a good experience. The game doesn't take itself too seriously, but it does show deeper themes like ambition and wanting to create something. And there's a lot of stuff I didn't even cover in this video, primarily because I want people to play the game for themselves and experience it. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video where you can download the game. Please, I highly recommend playing it. I think the greater takeaway from the game and this video is to follow your own ambitions and dreams. Don't let money or trends or the idea of a legacy define what you make. You should truly make something because you want to make it.
You're
Yeah.
bankrupt and homeless.
Yes.